What an absolute disaster. Fantastic. Hi, welcome back to the channel, where anything that can go wrong will go wrong. My name's Nat, and today I'll be breaking everything. Welcome back to the van build. If you're new here, we're Nat and Cat. If you've been following the series, you'll know we're building a one-of-a-kind camper van that can carry us and our motorbike all the way across Europe. The problem is, we're running out of time. With less than a month to go until we set off, we've got a huge amount left to do. Every episode now is a race against the clock to get the van finished. So let's get into today's episode and see if we can get one step closer to hitting the road. Hello, welcome back. So today I've just finished work and I want to try and get at least one job a night done until we go, because we are really up against it. So what I'm going to try and do today is get the MaxxAir Dome Plus fitted in the shower. So it should be pretty simple. I bought a hole saw that should be big enough. I did measure it, but it's hard to measure a circle accurately because of the handles in the way. So I've got this hole saw. I'm going to see if this works. It should be pretty much enough. I might have to file a bit out for the wiring, but that should pretty much go straight through. So main thing is get it in the right place and get it sealed right, because we don't want it to leak. Let's get up there, get a hole cut and get the fan in. I've just gone up to have a quick look where I'm going to put the fan. So I need to measure it out properly, but obviously it's going to go probably somewhere in this corner. But I'm going to have to sort of mark out inside where I want it and then put a small hole through just to make sure I've got enough room. That's really as far as it can go that way, because I don't want it to go onto that, because that is higher than here. But whilst I was checking for that, I noticed an absolute disaster. The solar panel mount on this corner, this middle one, and this one have come loose. All the rest are still tight, really tight. I pulled them really hard and they won't come off. So what I'm going to have to do is unscrew these, clean this up, pull it off and redo them. But it's a good job I noticed that now before the panel flew off. But I don't know why these haven't stuck. Maybe there wasn't enough on them. Not sure, but all the others are absolutely perfect. So we'll redo those as well. Add it to the list. What an absolute disaster. Right, I'm going to sort the solar panel issue out first, because as order of priorities go, that's pretty important. So what I'm going to do is get this knife. I'm going to get under there, cut the old silicone off and put some new stuff down, and then press it down and probably put something on it to weight it and hold it down. I haven't got anything to hold my phone up, so I'm gonna have to put you down to do this, so I'll see you in a minute. Okay, that's all of that cut off. All the old stuff's gone underneath there, and I've just sprayed it with some degreaser, so I'm just gonna go get something to wipe underneath it, and then I'll get some more CT1 under there and stick it back down. Right, crisis averted. Restuck them with CT1 power grab and bond. I think the problem, looking at the glue that I took off, was it was probably too thin, so I've not pushed these down so much. So we'll let them cure over the next couple of days and see how they get on. But anyway, back to the original assignment and fitting the dome fan. So I want to try and get it in here if I can. I've got to work out where that is inside. So what I can do is use the vent as a guide, and I'll measure from there to the back of the shower and then so on inside on the roof, so I can see where's what, but I'm hoping it's about here. Worst clean ever. So after measuring out roughly where I need it to go, this is about as close to the corner I can get it. I've got to be careful because of this slope and that slope there. So this circle here is actually of the guard that surrounds it. Okay, so that's going to go there. I'm just going to drill in the middle of it And that's where the actual dome is going to go. So before I fit that, I've got to remember to take this top off so I can actually get to those screws. What I'm going to do now is just drill a little pilot hole through there and see where that comes out underneath, just to make sure. And once I'm 100% happy, then I will put the hole saw through the roof. Well, I can see daylight, so let's go see if it's in the right place. There we go. That should. Let me get the bottom part out. Perfect. So the reason, annoyingly, it needs to go there is because if you put it right in the middle, it's just going to take up more headspace, and the handle, when it's down, actually sticks out further than this. And I just don't want to be constantly whacking my head on it. So I'm just going to put it over in the corner, away from the water. Still got the fan and the light. So, and obviously can't go too far over to the right because of the solar panel and whatnot. So yeah, that's my reason for putting it there. I'm going to need a bigger pilot hole because it's on this angle. I need to start straight, and this won't fit in there at the minute. Actually, what I could do, rather than getting down, I'm lazy like that, is I could take this off and then use this to drill the pilot hole, then it'll be the perfect size. Yep. Back on. Line those up. And start drilling. What you also need to remember is wear your PPE, because that spits out metal everywhere, and hoover all this up afterwards, because all of these little metal bumps, metal fragments will cause rust. I'm actually going to stop this now and go inside to finish the drilling, because I don't want this to just splinter loads when it falls through and then have to fix all that. For God's sake. I'm gonna have to film a new intro at this rate. Hi, welcome back to the channel, where anything that can go wrong will go wrong. My name's Nat, and today I'll be breaking everything, and everything else will be breaking me. Fantastic. The drill that I've had for about well over 10 years now, it's finally packed up, just when you need it the most. and just when I can't afford to buy another one. So that's fun. If anybody wants to donate me a drill, appreciate it. Okay, I've got a smaller one. I'm gonna have to use that, and it's gonna have to come apart and see if I can fix it. I think the brushes have burnt out because when I stopped drilling, they all flew out the side. All right, I'm gonna have to finish that hole with a jigsaw. There we go. Hello there. The hole's drilled. So now I'm going to do is sand the edges quickly. I'm going to sand where I'm going to put the glue, and then I'm going to get my spacers that I've got from the other bit and glue them down. Okay, now that's sanded down, I'm just going to use this cut out of the insulation to stop the paint going through, and I'm going to spray primer around the edge to stop it from rusting, just to protect the bare metal. I've had to do some cutting and bodging, but it's all now a flat surface for the fan to sit on. But what I'm actually going to do, I'm not actually going to screw this fan down. All I'm going to do is glue it on and let the glue hold it still. What I will do though is I will screw this surround down so that this is going to take all the wind force anyway, so not directly the fan. With that, I'm just going to put some small screws around. So I'll show you what it looks like when it's in. Just ran wire for my electrics. So that runs through the insulation to the other corner near where the light's going to be for the skylight. So that's going to join to there. They're going to run off the same circuit, just different switches. So now I'm going to put a bead of silicone around my fan, around here. I'm going to stick that down, and then I'm going to drill some pilot holes and with my little drill, and then screw the fan down. And there we go, that's it, all on. I'm not going to screw this down, I'm just going to glue this down. It weighs nothing, that's more than capable of sticking that on, and I don't want to put more holes in the van than I need to. So I'm going to see how that goes. If I lose it, I'll buy a new one. But yeah, pretty easy actually, once you get rid of the issues of breaking tools and things like that. Let me show you what it looks like from the inside. I've not finished it on the inside yet. So that's it from the inside. Oh, there, pops up, close, open. Nice and easy. You've got a button there to turn the fan on and off. I've still got to wire that up, which I will do, but I'm not going to record that. Simple as wiring that to the two that are on the light. So on the light, got a positive and negative. So positive to positive, negative to negative, and then both positives to this positives, both negatives to this negatives. Off you go, tidy that wire up, job done. This surround, you need to cut down to size. So it sits in here, but they give you more just in case your roof thickness is different. So I'm going to mark this and cut it, but I'm going to wait for that to dry first and be all okay, which will likely be tomorrow. So I will come back tomorrow and show you what it looks like, which for you will be in about now. There you go. That's it all in. Functioning. The light works. Fan works. There is a small gap here. I'm not sure if that's the wood that's not perfectly straight, or if there's a bit of wire pushing down on this. So I'm going to look into that, and hopefully I can get that sorted. Worst case, I'll just seal around the edge with silicone. But yeah, pretty happy with that. It's pretty straightforward to do. The wires, again, like I said, you just connect the whites to each other, the blacks to each other. The white is negative and the black is positive, which is backwards, as I found out when I wired it up wrong. because I was rushing and not looking. I've just temporarily connected those here. We will have a light on this shade as well, so that will go into there, and then I'll redo the wiring down there properly. But yeah, that's it. All in all, it's a pretty straightforward thing to do. It's more simple than the big fan or the big skylight, so if you can do those, you can do these no problem. But I'll end this video there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one, hopefully with a bit better luck.